Okay, just 3 more episodes or whatever of Zio left to go. Oh yeah, before I forget, hey, got myself some new headphones. Yeah, the ones I've been using lately, they kind of died, so if the voice quality is different, then, well, there you go. Yeah, you'll get used to it at some point. Anyways, Zio episode 45 and Ryusoulger episode 19. Let's get this shit show on the road, shall we? Alright, alright, picking up from where we were at episode 4. Oh, yeah, speaking of shit, Gates completely and utterly crapped the bed. Yeah, we're getting that trademark Shirakura unjustified conflict in this episode. As yeah, after everybody learned that Ora was another drive, he just goes completely and utterly ape on thinking that he was involved. Because, well, yeah, he was a time jacker, so that automatically means that he knew that his former compatriot was going to be another rider. Yeah, no, and yeah, it seems like throughout all the show, Gates has learned absolutely nothing since he basically goes on about how, yeah, he was a time jacker and he was a sadistic monster, and yeah, nobody's capable of changing. Absolutely nobody can get better themselves after learning from their mistakes. Isn't that right, Sogo? You evil demon king, you? Yeah, Gates, your character just completely got flushed down the toilet. So, yeah, thanks for that, Shirakura. Thank you so very much. And yeah, Sogo is just. Yeah, even Sogo's had enough to hear what Gates' hypocrisy at this point. Just walks off to try and track down And yeah, then we learn exactly what Schwartz is doing with these Dark Riders. Yeah, the kidnapping victims I mentioned last time. Yeah, apparently he's one thing that they have in common, well, is that, well, basically they recently lost in like competitions or whatnot. Basically they had the potential to win, but in this world they lost. So basically Schwartz has been finding these people, and yeah, how we clued in on this is that one of Sogo's gamer friends from like all the way back in the X8 arc, yeah, apparently he lost at a Tekken 7 tournament. Yeah, could you tell that this was that he was playing Tekken 7? I really want to go and play Tekken 7. Thanks for that, Namco Bandai. Anyways, yeah, he lost at a Tekken 7 tournament to represent Japan in this this global gaming competition. So Schwartz basically trapped him inside of his own little personal paradise world where he did win. Let's see. I had a comparison for this somewhere. Let's see. Stuck inside of a. Yeah, basically, Schwartz has trapped them inside of a delusional world of their creation. Basically, as Tsukasa refers to as another world. And oh yeah, Tsukasa is still able to. Tsukasa still has the powers to travel between the worlds, even though Schwartz has the powers, stole his decade powers. Because according to Tsukasa, his very existence is the decade powers are tied into his existence, which would only kind of sort of work if you take in the. Well, yeah, the decade powers actually came from Tsukasa technically, since, well, as explained in All Riders vs. Dai Shocker, Tsukasa was actually the great leader of Dai Shocker, who ordered the creation of the decade power, of the powers that created the decade powers. So, but it's All Riders vs. Dai Shocker's canonicity has always been very, very, very screwy. Yeah, since some things had to have happened, and yet they didn't happen. But again, Decade was a continuity. Again, every way you look at it, Decade was a complete mess. Ugh. So yeah. Anyways, because the Decade powers are technically tied to Tsukasa, he can still access. Well, he can still travel between the worlds. He just can't transform into Decade so long as Schwartz still has that another watch in his possession. So yeah. And apparently the reason why Schwartz has been doing this by kidnapping these people and putting them in their little paradise world where they get the outcomes they want, that they wanted, it was apparently for Schwartz to be able to summon Dark Riders from parallel universes where they did manage to defeat their respective Kamen Riders. So yeah, with G4, Dark Ghost, Rei, and Fuma, it's assumed that they came from an alternate universe where they did win against the writers that they fought against in their movies and whatnot. And one such case, with Sogo's gamer friend, when Schwartz trapped the gamer friend in this pocket world, the Dark Rider that he summoned was Katsumi Daido, aka Kamen Rider Eternal, aka the guy who basically defined what it meant to be a absolute evil Kamen Rider. So yeah, we have Katsumi Daido from a world where he did manage to kill Double and aid his and Gaia Memories of Fate, and he's working with Schwartz because, well, I don't know. Why do these Dark Riders even want to work for why are these Dark Riders working for Schwartz? Well, I mean, he basically just abducted them from the world where they. Oh my God. Oh yeah, these guys are it's basically Dio. It's basically Heaven Dio. Yeah, if you played JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Eyes of Heaven, these Dark Riders. It's basically the same entire spiel behind Heaven Ascended Dio from Eyes of Heaven. In that game, the main antagonist was, of course, a version of Dio who managed to defeat Jotaro at the bridge back in Cairo, completed his ritual with Pucci, and gained the powers of heaven, and thus gained the power, turned his stand into the world over heaven, giving him the power to rewrite. Yeah, this is it's basically a splintered version. It's basically taking that concept and reworking it with these Dark Riders. I honestly can't believe I didn't think of this before. So yeah, basically these Heaven Ascended Dark Riders, basically. So yeah, he basically stole them from the worlds where they won. So why are they working for Schwartz and just doing whatever he wants them to? If anything, Katsumi would probably want to just go and kill Schwartz just because, hey, he's there, why not? But no, he transforms into Eternal and attacks Sogo. And, as if the Gates character assassination train couldn't go any further, where Minato basically told him that, their presence here was called, going back to that, he's basically Gates is basically agreeing with Minato that that he and Tsukiyomi should go back to their proper respective timelines, thinking that this future is Sogo's. No, idiot. Did you think that maybe with all of Sogo's friends betraying him, leaving him only with the what the zealot was to basically, did you think that maybe his friends, his moral consciences leaving him and leaving only Waz to fill his head with garbage, that's what could be what causes Sogo the betrayal of his friends, being filled with zealotous nonsense. Do you think that maybe that could be what turns him into Omazio? You absolute idiot. There's just they're trying desperately to basically recreate, trying to draw parallels from the finale of Power Rangers Time Force, from what I could tell, and it's just, Gates, the way they've seen here, in Time Force, sorry about that, interruptions. Now, where was I, let's see, Schwartz, Dark Riders, blah, 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 Gates betrayal, Final Crisis, something or other, Anyways, let's move on to the whole reason for Aura being another drive. The Dark Riders. Not exactly sure why Schwartz is summoning these Dark Riders and why he has to trap these people in these paradise orbs or whatever, trap them in another world. Again, it's got to be building up to his bigger plan, but let's see, character assessment, whatever. Anyways, going back to the whole summoning Dark Riders and why Katsumi would even be working for them. Again, maybe that's part of Schwartz's powers. I don't know. Again, why are they working for him? Anyways, another drive. It turns out that I was kind of right, and I was I was kind of wrong. See, it's not another drive that has the ability to shapeshift like the Roy mutants. It's just that the aura that was another drive was actually Roy Mute 108, aka the Paradox Roy Mute, aka Kamen Rider Dark Drive. And yeah, at first I was like, wait, Roy Mute 108? Okay, stop. But then as soon as I learned that Schwartz was summoning Dark Riders, I remembered, oh yeah, the Paradox Roy Mute was Dark Drive. So, okay, that makes that makes more sense. So yeah, he turned the Paradox Roy Mute into turned the Paradox Roy Mute into another drive, and had her go after to basically splinter the group with the well, since again Gates is okay, so he basically had Roy Mute 108 impersonate Aura to basically sow discord amongst Sogo's group to basically again make Sogo look like a naive putt in Gates' mind. Actually, no. If they actually had bonded together as a team and Gates had actually gotten any development, then this plan wouldn't have worked. So yeah, the reason why Schwartz is getting away, why the party's fractured right now is because the writer, because of Shirakura. Yeah, that's it. So yeah. Oh, and it turns out that he didn't even need to go and summon the Paradox Roy Mute to begin with, since Aura actually killed when he was defenseless after getting the shit kicked out of him by another drive, because she's basically Aura is basically just a rotten psycho. Since she's basically it's every man or woman for themselves, so she killed him to basically try and get a better, basically just. Well, it's not exactly. Well, from her perspective, it's not exactly so much as surviving the bear, surviving when you're in the woods with the bear. It's being able to run faster than the other guy. So, yeah, she basically, continuing this metaphor, she basically tripped and she's running while the bear's mauling on his corpse. And yeah, Sogo is not happy about this, especially since another drive is laughing her ass off over this, and he just goes ape. Ur's dead. And he's like, my new best friend just died in my arms. Yep. Nice work, Bardock. So yeah, he managed to destroy another. He managed to destroy another drive, and that still just leaves Schwartz with all of his army of Dark Riders at his beck and call. Oh yeah, and Minato tries to fight off against Eternal, but it was just a distraction using his water bending to bind another decade, so that Tsukiyomi could try and take back the power he stole from her, but that didn't work. And, oh yes, to cap off the episode, Schwartz remembered, oh yeah, Gates, you originally came here because you wanted to kill Sogo. You got denied that, so let's go and see how things would have played out in that perspective. So he sent Gates over to another world where he'll basically be stuck in his delusions, and in his place is White Waz. Yeah, he used him to summon a parallel universe version of White Waz where he survived instead of, default Waz. So yeah, next episode, we're going to have Kamen Rider Waz versus Kamen Rider Waz Ginga finally. Basically, they're just trying to rehash the White Ranger versus White Ranger clone at the end of Dino Thunder. And I suddenly realized, yes, I really want to. You know what? I could be rewatching Dino Thunder right now. Why am I not rewatching Dino Thunder instead of this schlock? But okay, yeah. So ZO, it's Shirakura stupidity on full display. Anyways, moving on. We have Ryusoulger episode 19, where we get ourselves just a day in the life of Gabu Tiramigo. He's I would question that. There is a walking, talking dinosaur mech just wandering around town, just like, hey Tina, how you doing? I would be questioning this, but then again, this is a country where entire city blocks can get destroyed by giant dick tentacles overnight. Again, Japan. Just is there a robot dinosaur that's just playing around with kids? Must be Thursday. So yeah. During Tiramigo, I keep mixing him up with Gabu Tira because, yeah, again, I could be watching Kyoryuger right now. anyways, Tiramigo's a little walk around town has him wind up at an elementary school where there are some kids basically attending summer class, I guess. And yeah, where the Minusaur of the day was actually created from the teacher, who is basically just trying to get the kids to follow the rules, and winds up creating a monster that is basically, well, anybody ever seen Yu Yu Hakusho? During the at the end of the dark, let's see, after the Dark Tournament arc where Yusuke defeats Toguro, he gets kidnapped by three psychics, one of whom has the ability to, well, basically these psychics have a technique called their territory, where it basically encompasses a small field, well, basically an area of effect where their powers are susceptible, basically casting their net, basically. One of those psychics has a territory called Taboo, where basically if they break the rules that he's applied in his territory, then they suffer a penalty. And that's basically this Minosaur in a nutshell. Let's see, Creon and Wiser. Well, okay, Creon. Creon takes charge of this episode for, okay, incredibly silly reasons. Well, yeah, the Minosaur, well, physically the Minosaur is a complete and utter wimp. But if anybody breaks a rule, whether it be the rule of a school, rule of society, or whatever, then the person that broke the rule and gets ratted out by the Minosaur gets transported to a pocket dimension where if somebody breaks another rule, then squash. And yeah, the reason why Creon is the one taking charge of this episode is because, well, basically, Wiseru broke the rule of making loud noises in class because, you know, of his showtime! And, yeah. Wiseru-sama? Oh, crap! So, yeah, basically, Wiseru's own eccentric personality completely booted him out of taking charge of this plan. I'm sorry, but that's just hilarious. I love it when character quirks get worked around as a joke like that. But yeah, thankfully Wiseru's not that much of an idiot. So when eventually the Ryusoulgers wind up in the pocket dimension, he just shapeshifts into an elementary school kid in order to avoid detection. So, you know, hey, he might be an eccentric idiot, he might be an eccentric dingus, but he's not a complete dunce. So yeah, anyways, physically well, normally the Ryusoulgers could just take care of this Minosaur no problem, but once they follow the Minosaur back to its territory, well, Creon basically just goes completely bananas and just making up all these complete utter nonsense rules. It's like if Mr. Bone from Doug created a Minosaur. That's basically it. Oh god. Yeah, the Minosaur is Mr. Bone. The only that is missing is for the Minosaur to be yodeling. Ugh. Anyways, so most of the Ryusoulgers get sent to the pocket dimension. You know, like running through the halls, breaking down the door when they think they hear a kid crying, and so the only ones left are Melto and Tiramigo. And yeah, basically, this is sort of like a pair bonding episode, kind of, sorta, because, well, not exactly. Well, yeah, Tiramigo's always been kind of, well, just a complete and utter ass to Melto, always getting his name wrong, not listening to him, basically just being a pouty brat. So, but, well, he puts his pride and, well, hang-ups against Melto aside, well, in order to save the kids and the teacher who has created the Minosaur. So, yeah, working together and finding little workarounds for the rules, they trick the Minosaur into breaking one of her own rules, thus releasing everyone from the pocket dimension, and you know how the rest goes. So, okay, kind of a funny episode in retrospect, and yeah, just a couple of minds blown there. But yeah, it's just another harmless filler episode, and Ryusoulger, and yeah, Zio, just please end already. We're getting so close. At this point, I just want you to be over so we can get to 0-1 already. So yeah, new microphone, same old garbage from Shirakura. Must be Thursday. Bye.